Hello guys, Arkan here. I just want to take some time to tell you guys that we have a Patreon set up for the channel. It's an additional way you can support us. So I will put the link in the YouTube cards and in the description. Thanks for checking it out and I hope you enjoyed the video. Hello guys, Arkan here. Welcome to another Toe Dip. This is All We Need. This visual novel was developed by High Tea, and it's about trans romance. The story is about two queers who are anxious about meeting each other. So let's check out the story. Read the content warnings or start the story. Okay, let's read the content warnings. The story contains anxiety, trauma, and mentions of alcohol abuse. Descriptions of transphobia and homophobia. Mature language. Loud audio. Would you like to read the story now? I am ready to start the story. You guys have been warned, so if those things are triggering to you, it's best not to watch this video. Almost there, I type. The message refuses to go through. No signal, huh? I had no idea areas without reception still exist. It feels so wrong, like gravity suddenly getting turned off. I gaze out into the darkness but see nothing except the interior of the train reflected back at me. There are no other passengers in my car, only my mirror image to keep me company. The ghost me on the other side of the glass looks like he could use a nap. It's been a long 8 hours on the train. But you're almost there, I remind myself. Chin up, you'll get to meet them soon. I've been eagerly waiting for this day for weeks now. I should be thrilled, but instead I'm so nervous that my stomach hurts. I check my phone. Still no signal. I start flicking through the photos of them I have saved, trying to cheer myself up. I found them on a dating app. They're 32 and genderqueer. I knew what gender and queer mean, but had no idea about genderqueer. Were they trans, like me? I decided to just ask them, even though I found their looks a little intimidating. They were more than happy to answer. They told me their gender is like the ocean. Sometimes fierce, sometimes still, and always full of trash and plastic. I asked them if they were serious or joking. I thought they might be making fun of me. They said that being serious and joking aren't mutually exclusive. I didn't quite get it. I didn't tell them that. But we kept talking. And we've been talking for months now. I've never been much of a talker. It's not that I don't like talking, it's like every time I speak up, other people will go silent, or ignore me, or quickly change the topic. And I know I've said something I shouldn't have, something weird. So I've found it to be the safest to keep my thoughts to myself. But this person whose gender is an ocean has been so easy to talk to. If I get overwhelmed and don't know what to say, they help me out. And when I do speak, they listen and make me feel valued. They make me want to keep on talking. I've told them so many things I haven't told to anyone before. They make me feel seen rather than being stared at. And it feels so good. And they're so expressive and full of emotion. Their laugh comes easy and so do their tears. My parents always told me there's no use in crying, that I need to stop being so sensitive. My teachers told me I laughed too loud, that I needed to keep my voice down. So I learned to hide my feelings. But this wonderful person makes me feel like it's okay to cry and that it's good to laugh, as loud as I feel like. Still, even though they've been so lovely, I can't fully shake off my anxiety. Years of being belittled and made to feel like an outsider cast a long shadow. I mean, I don't always get their humor, and I think they've picked up on it. They no longer make many jokes. What if they think I'm boring? And that's not all. This one time, they were really upset about some obscure political stuff happening. Talking points I've never even heard of before. I didn't know what to say, but I wanted to help them feel better. So I just told them that things always work out in the end. They typed for a long time. And then they told me I'm probably right. and sent me a smiling emoji. Were they being genuine or patronizing? What if they think I'm stupid? I mean, I don't think I am. I just didn't think being queer was something you're supposed to study. I mean, I'm a bisexual trans man. Isn't that queer enough? They seem to think that there's more to it. For them, queerness is inherently political, a movement with a shared past, a present, and a future. Queerness is a flame, they once said. Tend to it well and it will light your path and keep you warm. Flames have the power to create societies and to bring them down. Their queerness is writing revolutionary poetry and getting bloodied in every online skirmish. I don't even put my pronouns in my bio. I feel so out of my league. I want to show them that I care about this stuff too. But I'm not good with words. I can't write poetry. So, instead, I started adding pride badges to my clothes. I even got my ears studded. They said it looks sweet. But is this really enough? I want this to work out. I just want them to like me so bad. You're acting like a goddamn teenager, I tell my reflection. But how can I not? I might be 34, but I've never even kissed anyone. Making friends has always been such a struggle for me, and dating's even worse. The few times I actually managed to go on a date with someone, it would always end up the same way. You don't seem that interested in me. This doesn't feel right, there's just no chemistry. But I was interested, I just didn't know how to tell it. In the movies, they always just kiss out of the blue. Is that what you're supposed to do? Shouldn't you ask for permission first? And what do people even mean by chemistry? I'm so freaking afraid of another rejection. I've traveled across the country to meet this person. Won't that be enough to show them that I'm interested? What if it's not? A voice announces that we're approaching my destination. My stomach hurts so bad I want to curl up into a ball. I study my mirror image. You used to be so afraid of seeing your own reflection. But not anymore. You found the courage to change that. And you still have that courage in you. Who told your parents you have a new name? Who cut ties with them when they refused to accept you? Who booked your first appointment? It was you. It was all you. And look at you now. You look amazing. Don't forget that the other person was the one who asked you to come over. They like you. You don't need poetry or chemistry. Just let them know that you like them back. You got this. I look at my phone. Internet's back. Almost there. My phone chimes. Almost there, says the message. Can't wait, I type back. I'm trying to sound chipper, but I'm feeling anything but. I'm standing alone on the platform. It's almost midnight, but the harsh lights of the station illuminate me sharply. I feel like I'm on a stage. There's a bar attached to the station, and a group of patrons are smoking in front of it. Burly guys who dress up like they're in a bike gang. But that's nothing unusual in this town. It's me in my double-breasted overcoat and cashmere turtleneck who looks out of place. This would be perfectly inconspicuous menswear in any real city, but in this town I stick out like a sore thumb. You look lost, city boy. Hey, where's the funeral? Hilarious. But I know their aim isn't to win a comedy award, but to notify me that I have transgressed the norms of the community. Assimilate or get out. I haven't dared to find out how they'd react to my heels and makeup. I hope my guy's not wearing anything too flashy. A mental image of his Progress Pride flag adorned sleeves flashes through my head. Fuck. One of the smokers keeps glancing in my direction. I shiver, careful not to make eye contact with him. Okay, calm the fuck down. I'll just grab my guy as soon as the train arrives and then we'll beeline to my car and we'll be fine. It's fine. We'll be fine. Fuck. My hands are shaking and I find myself humming to the tune of an old song. A hippie song my father used to play all the time. All you need is love. The chorus repeats the title over and over again. Even as a child, I hated how simplistic and repetitive the lyrics are. You'll get it when you're older, Dad would tell me. As if, as I got older, my dislike for the song gained a political dimension. Why yes, I can see how a group of cishet men at the height of their careers might come to the conclusion that all you need is love. But what about the people whose love sent them to an early grave or to prison or the insane asylum? But no matter how much I loathe it, the song refuses to leave me, popping back into my head at times of distress. I hum the chorus, over and over again. All you need is love. I wish I was drunk. But I can't drink now, I'm driving. I wish I lived somewhere else, anywhere else. Not in this tiny town full of petty and small-minded people. I thought I would never return when I left to study. But finding steady employment with my degree turned out to be a challenge. I had studied the things I am passionate about, and do not regret it one bit. But alas, an NB's gotta eat. So, when my uncle offered me a tidy desk job at his company, it was hard to say no. The town had pulled me back in. I told myself I would save up for a few years and then leave. That was 8 years ago. Yes, I do have a decent amount of money saved up. But living in the city is so fucking expensive. I have vivid memories of being constantly on the edge of a mental breakdown due to financial stress. Not being able to afford proper food, clothes, or even the smallest of luxuries. I do not miss that. Yes, my comfortable life here feels painfully lonely and isolated. But would it really be any better in the city? I've gone there a few times during the Pride celebrations. Everyone was hanging out with their own little cliques. Nobody would talk to me. I felt like an uninvited guest. And it's not any easier finding company on the queer apps either. Yes, plenty of guys would have me as their exotic plaything for a night or two. But nobody sees me as a potential partner, or a friend, or hell, even a person. Nobody before him. My guy. My sweet guy. He's nothing like how I imagined my future boyfriend to be like. But I think that might be for the best. I tend to gravitate towards people who enable the worst aspects of my character, my sharp tongue, my perfectionism, my neuroticism, and my drinking. Why, yes, growing up feminine and queer in a town that despises both certainly fucked me up. People tell me I'm toxic, but isn't that exactly how vulnerable organisms survive in hostile environments? All you need is love. Although I've been getting better recently. I want to get better for his sake. I need to be better for his sake. He is the sweetest of all cinnamon rolls, earnest and straightforward. He asked me about my gender, and I held my breath. Defining my gender has always been a struggle. I know for certain that I do not wish to be a man, but I don't think I'd enjoy being a woman either. But I don't want to be a mere negation either, a non-man, or non-woman. So, I do what people have done for millennia when trying to describe something that there are no words for. I turn to poetry and metaphor. But identifying as a poem doesn't sit well with people. They think I'm a joke. They think I'm cringe. So, I started presenting my gender as a joke myself. If I'm the one making the joke, the laughter hurts less. But it still fucking hurts. But he never laughed at my gender. Nor at any of my sardonic and self-deprecating jokes, so I've stopped making them. I'm now working to offer authenticity and empathy instead. And he always returns my empathy tenfold. We're bonding and becoming stronger in the process, like two trees twinning together, supporting each other. He doesn't drink, so I'm trying to drink less myself. It's a difficult process. The only therapist I've ever known comes in a bottle. But he makes it so much easier. When the pain of the world gets to me, I often go on endless teary-eyed and anxiety-fueled rants. Don't worry, he tells me, it's all going to work out in the end. Words so twee and basic. But somehow, they help. I don't want to contradict him, so I force myself to imagine a world where things can work out. Where problems do have solutions. And the more I think about it, the more those solutions start seeming achievable. He helps me to help myself. In the span of a few months, he's changed me so much. It's terrifying. And exhilarating. For the first time in a long while, I'm allowing myself to feel hopeful. Things can get better. I can be better. One night I was having a panic attack. He volunteered to stay on a video call with me until I calmed down. He read me a story about the pilot and the prince. Listening to his steady voice, I fell asleep. When I woke up in the morning, my battery was almost dead, but the call was still on. I saw his sleeping face on the other side of the screen, and a wave of deep affection swept over me. He had stayed with me the entire night. I've never felt so cared for in my whole adult life. I love you, I whispered on impulse, and I knew it was the truth. And he smiled in his sleep. When he woke up, I asked him to come visit me. Without hesitation, he said yes. I was so excited. My guy, my sweet, beloved, precious guy would be coming to meet me. I didn't think it would be that risky. It's been over 15 years since anyone has called me the F slur. Times have changed. Maybe the town has changed too. And then I saw the billboards. Men can turn into women, and women can turn into men, read the campaign ad for a local politician. My blood froze. This is a tiny town where the industry is dying, and the population is rapidly aging, and there's barely enough money to keep the municipal services running. And this is their most pressing concern? The existence of trans people? This fucking town, a bunch of medieval peasants blaming witches for their crops failing. Of course the town hasn't changed for the better. It's a distillery for hatred. One by one the decent people leave, and the percentage of shitty people increases, making it harder for the remaining good people to stay. And my guy will be coming here soon. My sweet, innocent guy who has no idea what it's like here in the boonies. All you need is love. I stuff my fists deep into my pockets to stop them from shaking. All you need is love. Headlights in the distance. Fuck! The train. All you need is love. I can hardly stand up. Fuck! I dare not to look at the bar to see if the men are still out there. Fuck! Just stick to the plan. Fuck. It'll be fine. All you need is love. The train slows down and stops. Doors open. I scan the faces of the people stepping out. Where is he? We have to stick to the plan. All you need is love. We need to get to the car. All you need is love. Where the fuck is he? Why can't I see him? Fuck, fuck, fuck. All you need is love. Hey! A familiar voice behind me. Startled, I swing around. And freeze. My guy. He pounces at me and wraps his arms tightly around me. I tense up. A small voice at the back of my mind is screaming something about a plan. I ignore it. All you need is love. My guy is here. I clamp my arms around him and squeeze. I can hear his breath and feel the warmth of his body. He's here. He's real. My sweet guy came here for me. My vision blurs. This is a first. I've cried a lot in my life, but never out of happiness. I can smell his shampoo and his sweat. I squeeze him hard and he squeezes me back with the same intensity. My heart is beating so fast. My guy is here. He whispers my name into my ear, my secret name, my chosen name, my real name. The hairs on my neck stand up. Kiss me, he whispers. My heart jumps, my face feels hot. I must have misheard it. I pull back stiffly to look into his eyes. They shine with bold determination. He presses his cold nose against mine and says it again, unfaltering. Kiss me. I swallow hard. We're out in the open. I wet my lips. Anyone could see us. My heart is pounding and so is his. I listen to his heartbeat. I forget the men in front of the bar. I forget the billboards. I forget the pains of the world. I close the gap between our mouths. His soft lips meet mine. He tastes like stale coffee. His incisors scrape against mine. Oh, hell. I angle my mouth and retry again. His velvet tongue brushes against mine. Holy fuck, my guy is eager. But so am I. We kiss deeper, more passionate. I'm trembling, but not out of fear. Our face is smeared with saliva. It's nothing like in the movies. This is more real. He clings to me, his hands on me, mine on him. We twine and make each other stronger. Two people lit brightly. In love. And that is all we need. Thank you for playing. Oh, well, that was very short and sweet. I loved it. Okay. That VN was short but sweet, and I really liked the focus on the anxieties, the thoughts and dialogue about things that we struggle with in the LGBTQ community, rejection, those bigots, the politicians with their ads. I like that this VN is so real, I can really feel the anxieties of the characters. Those are real, valid worries that LGBTQ people face. One that stood out for me from the VN was that worry of the cat of being trapped in a place where there are no good people, just bad people, or who are bigots, who are not accepting of LGBTQ people, being trapped in a place where there are closed-minded people. That's a real thing that happens to people in our community, and it's nice to see a glimpse of it in this VN, because being queer, being LGBTQ, isn't a walk in the park. It has a lot of challenges, and we face a lot of those struggles in real life. So it's nice to see that represented here. So if you guys liked what I did, I hope you can leave me a like on this video and maybe subscribe if you haven't yet. And I want you guys to take some time to appreciate something in your life today, like surviving the struggles of being part of the LGBTQ community. You are strong and you are valid. So I will see you guys on the next Let's Read or Toe Dip. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!